Hi everyone, this is Andy. Today I'm invited to one of my clients' house for a coffee session. They are two lovely sisters that introduced by one of my referrals. And a few years back, I helped them to sell away their old HDB at Toa Payoh. And recently, I also helped them to encash their private property for their retirement. Here we are, let's go.
Hi, my name is Shanta. I'm a retiree. I've been retired since about 15 to 17 years already as a retiree. So when the time came for us to sort of consolidate our assets, my sister and I decided that we would like to firstly let go of Toa Payoh, perhaps look for an estate agent, and through a friend of mine, Andy was recommended to us. Sheila and Shanta's sister, we live in this house together, and we just got the two of us. So as Shanta said, we were getting on in age, and Toa Payoh was a very old, it had very good memories for us, no doubt, but it was an old property, and we were quite a distance away, our current place where we are living from Toa Payoh. To keep going back and forth, also thought about that as an issue. So all things being considered, we thought, yeah, maybe it's time to give up Toa Payoh. When we decided to sell Toa Payoh, I mentioned this to a friend who recently also sold her flat in Toa Payoh, and she said that her experience with Andy was so good that she would recommend him to us. So when we met Andy, we just told Andy what price we were looking at, and we left it to him. As you know, that when you rent a place to a third party, the property may not be as what we expected, but with Andy's help, he made it look like it was a new apartment with all the trappings. So I guess that was also an added asset to sell the property and get the price that, in fact, more than what we expected. Yeah, I think it must have been a good experience, because when Shanta sold her second property, she decided to use Andy again. So as Shanta said, he did up Toa Payoh. The apartment was very scarce, there was hardly anything. He made it look like a living home, and must have attracted the other party to buy the property. I thought to myself that it will be very difficult for Andy to even sell the place, let alone get a price that I quoted. I got a shock, because when I went to my unit, it was as though I'm entering a show flat, because things were all put. The bedroom was, fantastic, so well done up that I said, oh my goodness, now maybe I want to retract and stay back in Castle Green. But nevertheless, he managed to get the price that I wanted. Circuit breaker, right? During that period, how do you get a person to buy a place in such an environment? And he did it in the shortest possible time. He did it all on his own, and yeah, it was a very nice apartment, set up like a very much, a lived-in home. And thanks, Andy. It was very well done. All the paperwork or whatever was transparent to me, and that was a very, I think, something which I didn't expect, because when you deal with property, you might want to see the buyer and go through a lot of negotiations. That was all transparent to me. This is Stephanie, and when Stephanie told me, a very good friend, we go back a long, long way, and when Stephanie said that she's going to rent a property, I said, maybe I would like to recommend you Andy, because he's sold our properties.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Just fixed an appointment, a date. Pleasantly surprised we on an afternoon, I think about 3 something or 4 o'clock, he came to view the place and then took the photo as well. But before he could post the photo, by evenings 7 o'clock he tell me there's a potential tenant. I was totally taken by surprise. Another 2 hours later, 9 o'clock, he told me, yeah, the deal is done. He will give you the deposit tomorrow. The rental was more than what I expected. And the 2 months deposit just came in the next morning, without any issues.
And we enjoyed, all the services that he's provided so far. And as Shanta says, we're looking now to find a retirement home, so maybe we will call on Andy again. Thank you.
Whew. I really have a good time with my client just now. So if you are looking to encash your property for retirement purpose, just give me a call. I'm more than willing to share with you how I'm able to help you to achieve without any stress. So if you like this video, do give me a like, share and subscribe. This is Andy signing off.